Now, there was major train disruption in the UK this morning because of a technical problem that we're told has now been fixed, but it caused serious delays in rush hour. Five Live Breakfast spoke to travel expert Simon Calder.
A miserable rush hour, I'm afraid, for a lot of people today. To have a failure like this at the height of a Friday rush hour is once again extremely unfortunate, and regrettably it will perhaps underline the sense that a lot of people have that you simply can't rely on trains.
So I'm sure you're still reeling if you were caught up in that this morning. The issue caused delays on at least 9 lines, including the Elizabeth line, the Gatwick Express and Great Northern. National Rail says it was due to a nationwide fault, which has now been fixed, with the radio system GSMR, which is used between train drivers and signallers. Now, it's believed a new piece of hardware installed as part of an upgrade was the source of the problem. Whilst that was being repaired, there were no safety critical issues, apparently, and staff were using a workaround to manually reconnect. Let's talk this through with Chris Jones, who is an incident response analyst at Checkpoint Software Technologies. He used to work for Cheshire Police as a digital forensic examiner. Chris, welcome.
Hey.
So this isn't the first time we've heard of these kinds of problems because of a system upgrade. How common is it?
Well, maintenance issues and obviously maintenance windows are quite regularly carried out by large organisations, but organisations are very well prepared and have backup systems in place for when issues like this occur. Now, the GSMR system didn't seem to have a fail-safe or a failover system in place, which was reliant on train operators and operatives carrying out their logins manually. Misconfigurations are quite common. We've seen with the likes of cloud services like Facebook, WhatsApp, where misconfigurations in their services have taken down large platforms before. I mean,
because the last major outage in this country, in the UK, was back in July, earlier this year. There was that faulty update to CrowdStrike, the antivirus software. And that really threw a spanner in the works. I mean, obviously, this could have had serious safety issues, couldn't it?
It could indeed, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the rollback features and the recovery plans that are usually in place within organisations like this would negate that type of issue. Now, plans and procedures that are usually followed, they need to be looked at on a grander scale within critical systems and critical infrastructure.
Tell us what rollback plans means. What does that actually mean?
So it means an organisation being prepared for when a maintenance window doesn't go as smooth as possible, having a redundant system in place that autonomously switches over when an issue is identified. So it wouldn't, if something like that was in play here, it wouldn't have relied on manual operations from train operatives or, the train operators in general to carry out that manual work.
Does it surprise you with something as so sort of safety critical as the National Rail Network that doesn't seem to be in place?
It does surprise me, yes, because obviously critical infrastructure is quite a widely it's a vulnerable, but sorry, not vulnerable. It's a critical part of infrastructure, and it's a part of everyone's everyday life. So,
yeah. Do you think sorry, carry on.
So, what it does underscore is how dependent we are on modern rail systems, and indeed much of the critical infrastructure that something like this has happened. And in digital technology, in a world where cyber threats are ever present and evolving, it's crucial that we recognise that such systems can be attractive to targets of malicious threat actors.
Yeah, so do you think there's still questions to answer on this one as to why that sort of backup system wasn't in place and what's being done to implement it?
I think there needs to be something looked at in terms of that plan and preparedness. Within incident response, one of the key features or one of the key items is being prepared for when something happens. And having those plans tested rigorously and having the regular assessments and ensuring that the networks are strong, and everything is proactively monitored.
Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Chris Jones there, Incident Response Analyst at Checkpoint Software Technologies. 24 minutes past 4.
The Royal Park's going to be closed tomorrow. We just had a tweet from the charity which oversees them due to severe